We established Black Wall Street districts around the globe in the spirit of the original Black Wall Street district of Tulsa, Oklahoma. Black Wall Street districts can be recognized as an urban area that is a thriving center of business, industry, and culture, and is a commercial strip that has 50 to 70% or more businesses owned by African Americans.
Support the Black Wall Street USA movement for the next 300 years. We established Black Wall Street districts around the globe in the spirit of Black Wall Street, Tulsa, Oklahoma. This movement is about God, our ancestors, and future generations. Your supporting membership will further show you are willing to perform the same ground paving efforts for generations we will never meet. Visit blackwallstreet.org/join and keep the movement moving.
Peace and blessings. This is Director Raheem of Black Wall Street USA, Oklahoma. This is our Sunday conference call, and we shall open up in prayer. I would like to ask Dr. Little if she would open up in prayer, please.
Sure.
Thank you.
Oh, Heavenly Father, I come to you as humble as I know how. I want to thank you for all the blessings that you've stored up on me and those around me, those who are leading this movement. I ask that you continue to bless them with the wisdom and the understanding and the spiritual connectedness to keep them grounded and rooted in your work. These and other blessings I'm asking in thy son Jesus' name. Amen.
Amen. Thank you, Dr. Little, for that. And I will share with you all the 7 spiritual markers as found in Isaiah. They begin with the Spirit of the Lord, the Spirit of wisdom, the Spirit of understanding, the Spirit of counsel, the Spirit of knowledge, and the Spirit of fear of the Lord. And with that, I would like to share with you what I am passionate about doing this week or this season, and that is we are planning a Trail of Tears trip from Florida to Oklahoma to revisit the trail as some of our ancestors and the indigenous people of America experienced. So we will be, they walked for several months. We are going to be riding, God willing. And so we're inviting everyone to jump on the trail at any location that you can jump on. We are presently confirming the stops that we will make in 8 of the states, or in 7, well, somewhere between 5 and 7 states we will actually stop and take a break. Some will just go by, a couple of will go by and just recognize that they were one of the places, probably one of the sites that indigenous people or the migrants were picked up. And so that's what we will be discussing a little bit tonight to see how far we have progressed with this. And I'd like to open the floor and ask if anyone else is interested in sharing what they are doing and what they expect to do this week and what they did maybe last week.
Oh, well, I will go ahead and share. Dr. Janice Little, State Director for Black Wall Street, Texas. And last week, what we did, well, what I did in my business was actually work on building connections with Stage 1 in Action, focusing on the young entrepreneurs. We're continuing to develop our youth and shifting our focus to really uplifting them. So I went through visiting different agencies to get them to collaborate with me on different events. So we will be partnering with Family Life and Community Resource Center on one of their events that they're hosting on October 25th. It's a bullying awareness conference. So we're looking to get the youth engaged there as well. And also with Black Wall Street, Texas, on our meeting yesterday, what we did was we actually looked at what had previously been done over the entire year under our leadership of what we had accomplished and being able to see the numbers and to come up with a strategic plan of where we want to be next year. So our session was really, really good with looking at what services we provided to the entrepreneurs, from looking at the exact numbers of how many executive summaries were submitted, how many proposals were submitted, how many face-to-face activities we had with networking, how many workshops. We put all those numbers out there so that we can see the benefits of being in this space of Black Wall Street and how it is a resource for community businesses to tap into. But the key is you have to show up and be engaged with the process. And so we looked at those numbers. We came up with a strategy for the upcoming year, which includes the Trail of Tears tour, as well as some initiatives that we're going to be doing here in Texas. Um, we're super excited about looking and identifying areas that we can form a Black Wall Street district, looking at following through with the project that Dr. G has started with getting a Black Wall Street postage stamp. So all those different projects, we listed them and we're looking forward to moving forward with them. So super excited, and we embraced and welcomed all the ideas from people who showed up to the meeting so that they could have a voice in our strategic plan. And so that's what we did this week. It was a very powerful meeting. And I'm looking forward to not only the Trail of Tears, but to see how we can continue to move Black Wall Street movement forward.
Well, thank you for that. Dr. Little, I didn't hear you say that. I know you're engaged with several businesses, but I didn't know which one you were discussing that time. What
The
organization?
Graduate's Gift
Oh, okay.
is the business that we started with, sharing. The Graduate's Gift, which is a real estate management company that provides support services to young entrepreneurs and graduate. And then I just led on into the conversation of what else we discussed on Saturday on Black Wall Street, Texas
Yeah.
call.
Very good. Thank you very much. We appreciate that. Yes, the business that I would like to highlight is the mentoring clinic. And I don't even know how to, I thought I could turn this mic around so I could, let me see. Yeah, I think for the show. Nope. And let me not experiment because I'll get completely lost. But at any rate, I wanted to highlight the mentoring clinic, which is a program designed to enhance young men in their efforts to improve their opportunities educationally and economically. And so, but one of the first things we wanted to start with was a self-esteem esteem building. And so last week we went to Lacey Park, attended a drum fest, and I was one of the participants. I was going to do in the evening with Sir Lawrence Lax a kind of drama. I don't know what you call them. It's not a docudrama, but I guess a poetic drama. What's the word for a poem when you dramatize it? If we remember. But at any rate, I did a poem called "In the Eden" with Sir Lawrence Lax, who was the oldest son of Henrietta Lacks. And so I wanted to introduce the people to who Henrietta Lacks was, because that's a part of our history. Um, who and I've seen her, and I went to her son went to the same schools that I did, intern Station, Maryland, and so I introduced her life to them and how her cells went all over the world, or even into outer space, and no one ever paid her for use of the cells, except for Oprah Winfrey, who came to our town and tried to do a drama. Well, she did a video or something. I guess you would call it a video or a short story of Henrietta Lacks, and tried to revisit her experiences, and that's the same thing I did with the poem. And so it was interesting. It was nice trying, pulling young people in to participate, to read the history. Getting a teenager to read the history, and getting a younger young man to play the part of Lawrence Lax, who's his mother always worried about him because he was always going swimming, and he was only 7 or 8 years old at the most. So she worried about that a lot. His drowning, possible drowning, but he made it through to a ripe old age. At any rate, so that's one of the things we were busy with the Drum Fest yesterday, and I was not able to get on the other call. Um, we're still in the process of, and our every attention is being turned to the Trail of Tears. And so our first the next thing that we need to do is to confirm the stops that we're going to make. We intend to stop at least 2 or 3, we call them forts, because this is basically where the people were gathered. The Buffalo Soldiers were engaged to round them up, or I guess the soldiers rounded them up, and the Buffalo Soldiers were engaged to bring them cross country to Tulsa, Oklahoma. It's a very, very interesting history, and we plan to make it very exciting for those who attend, who get on the bus, who ride the bus. We plan to have an entourage of cars and our security as we move across the country. We also, and if anybody knows of any sundown towns that we need to put in our book, because we're also putting together, like most of you might know about, the Green Book, which is a book that Black folk referred to whenever they traveled in the South, whenever they traveled to a southern state. There were just certain towns you just didn't go in after sundown. Some of them you probably wouldn't want to go in at all. Some of them would even have signs, whites only. And I just saw one the other day. I didn't see it, but I saw a sign that was supposed to be in one of those towns where it says whites allowed only. Um, and so we're planning on having our own book, a red, black, and green book, so that we can have our people acknowledge these spots, because people are still get being hung. Somebody was hung in this country just this summer, and so we want to let our people know there are certain towns you are just not going to visit. But we will be going to some towns and we're asking if you live in any of these 8 states. Um, I'll try to list them because I'm not looking at them. Dr. Little, maybe you have a list that you can share with us, or somebody has a list that can share with us of the states. So there's always a controversy about Florida, which I don't understand, because that's actually where President Andrew Jackson made the decision to remove the indigenous people out of Florida for whatever reason, and so it's not officially sometimes classified as one of the towns, but that's where there was a lot of fighting and a lot of the indigenous people. I forgot the name of the tribe that went into the swamp and they weren't going in there after them. So they survived by going into the swamp because they knew how to maneuver around that. Um, but so we have uh, east of the Mississippi, we have Dr. Shuford, who is the um, event planner for all the states east of the Mississippi, and west of this Mississippi. We have Miss Cece Moreland, who is going to help us with
This
finalize.
Texas
Are,
and Oklahoma, right?
are you here? Oh,
Yes,
okay.
yes,
Okay,
ma'am.
Miss Moreland, do you want to talk? Well, let me finish, and then I can let you emphasize what you're doing. And so we plan to stop at some forts and one of them is Fort Sills, which has an extremely interesting history. But we'll let Miss Moreland share that. So we'll stop at some of the at least two of the forts. We have discovered there were some mounds in Tennessee, and that just might we had decided that we were going to at least camp out one night, and would be at the um, Trail of Tears Park, either in southern Illinois or in Missouri. But then we got an offer to stop in Tennessee, um, where there is an interesting site that also has mounds. And correct me if I'm wrong, anybody who's on the line. I think the mounds were places that Africans and people in this country, the original people in this country, used to pray to God. You know, they like making a mountain, so they were called mounds. And they have some in Tennessee that we just might stop there because they have um, a, a camp kind of campsite there. You know, kind of bare bones, but there is a campsite, and there are hotels nearby for the touchy ones. But I think if we all, I've experienced bunking up together in a in a under uh, a, a a tent that one tent was for the males, one tent was for the females, and another tent was for families. And it was very comforting. All you know just need is your sleeping gear, and it was just very comfortable not to be in one little thing by yourself. Even though you can pitch a camp if you want to. One of the things we were encouraging on the bus is that if you have a bike you want to carry, or folding chairs you want to carry, or something like that that you'd like to carry with you, you're welcome. We want to make sure that the buses we use have plenty of space underneath, and we can load it up with whatever cargo we might want to need to go across country, as we remember that those who were on foot had absolutely nothing. Sometimes they didn't even have food. Some of them even starved to death. Some of them froze to death. And we want to, keep that in mind, that it was a serious trip, and it's a great time for us to get rid of some of our bad habits. One of them is like eating 3 meals a day. Unless you're working really hard, the doctors, especially Black doctors, will tell you you do not need 3 meals a day. But that's a conversation for another day. We just want to, because we don't know. We know that things are happening in this country, and some of the people who we will be going will already have experienced blackouts and things where you don't have any water. What do? You don't have any lights. What's your substitute? So we want to get a chance to practice that. So when we go across, our children won't be traumatized by not being able to play their game, or not being able to go to the bathroom and flush the toilet, and our elders will not be compromised because of the limited resources that we have. So we actually need to practice that. FEMA and Red Cross both have put out information about how to conserve. and what to do in the case of an emergency. So for a lot of people this will be like an emergency when when you're camping out, um, and just not being able to just go and buy something at the fast food joint because it's already been established that all of that stuff is poison. So we're going to figure out how we can eat healthy food on this trip. I'm looking forward to that. And so, anyway, I want to stop there. That's basically what we did in Tulsa last week, um, and and this week we plan to make arrangements for a group of the people on the west side of the Mississippi to come to Tulsa so we can finalize some plans here. And so with that, I'll turn it over to our event planner and let her share, what she's been doing and what her responsibility is and how things are going or whatever she wants to share. Thank you, Miss Marlin.
Hey, everybody. Sorry about that. Thanks for sending that, Dr. Little, because Sundays be sneaking up on me, these 6 o'clocks, and then I'll be sitting in front here trying to
You think
remember, and then here it is six later.
you don't
Anyway, so
but
anyway,
glad you're here.
I'm sharing my screen right now. You probably can't see it, but I just pulled up some information. I'm pretty sure there are just several versions, but I don't see Florida on it at all, so I have to find the one for Florida. But I have some dates kind of broken down, and I sent it to Karen and Dr. Little as well. So I don't know if you can see it, Mother Rahima, but the dates August 23rd to December 5th, 1938 at present day Charleston, Tennessee, 10 detachment totaling 9,300 Cherokee, and I think they're the ones that knew the water situation uh, that you were talking about earlier, Cherokee, because it was like several tribes. Um, let's see, 9,300 Cherokees are marched from Fort Cass towards Indian Territory. Let's see, and
What
then
state is that?
Charleston, Tennessee, 10
Oh,
detachments.
Charleston, Tennessee. Okay.
Yes, yeah, Charleston. But is it where it says after being forcibly removed from their homes in Georgia, Alabama, Tennessee, and North Carolina, most Cherokees are moved into 11 camps, 10 Tennessee and one Alabama. There they await the start of an 800-mile journey. Like you said, many of them died, many of them froze, you know. They were going through cold terrain. Some didn't have any shoes, and they would just march like they were just not even they were not even human,
You, yes.
you know. And then that was August the 23rd to December the 5th, and then Blythe Ferry. And I wish Dr. Uh,
Schiffer.
yeah, I wish she was here because she can probably chime in on some of this. Let's see, what is this? In Mayes County, Tennessee, 9 detachments with more than 9,000 Indians crossed the Tennessee River, and then Ross Landing on June 6th through the 17th in 1838 near present-day Chattanooga, Tennessee. 3 detachments are forced to leave their homeland from Indians, like they were going from city to city, picking up these Indians and kicking them out of their own hometown. And then in 1838, at present day Wolf Ever Creek, Tennessee, 2 detachments totaling another 1642, 1,600 uh, Cherokee leave for Indian Territory.
Mm,
And then in 1838, also September, Cherokee leaders John Binge escorts over 1,000 Cherokees toward present-day Stillwater, Oklahoma. So they're all leading up to Oklahoma. But I still have to do some research on Florida. What did we pick up on Florida? And then you asked about the states. I have the states here. One second. The states that they traveled through, and I was just really trying to educate myself on everything. So the states were Alabama, Arkansas, Georgia, Illinois, Kentucky, Missouri, North Carolina, Oklahoma, and Tennessee. And I look at this map here. So Georgia, North Carolina, so they travel through these states. There's Tennessee, Mississippi, the Mississippi River you were talking about, and then there's Arkansas, Cherokee, and then Cherokee Territory, of course, is Oklahoma. So
Mm.
I'm trying to see where we pick up Florida on here. So Karen, if you can chime in and share where I can research Florida,
Well, you don't
because I
don't
don't see it on my states.
yeah, but don't stress yourself with that
Yeah.
because
But that's okay.
yeah, because
I
Dr. Schubert is supposed to. I mean, she's familiar with it. She's supposed to do that part. Your part is even though you need to know that because you are the
yeah.
event planner and you
Yeah.
have to, and everybody's supposed to send the information to you. Really, um, about their states. That's what we want people to do. We want you to research your own state because you know what's in Tennessee. You know what's in Alabama. You
Mhm.
know the sites that people like to come and visit, like the Chattanooga Choo Choo in Chattanooga, or
Right.
Lookout Mountain in Tennessee.
Mhm.
I lived there for a while, so I know they're two, popular spots. So
Mhm.
but if you live in that state, it's not, this is the thing. What you're asked to do is just help us out, but it's not going to cost you any money. You just need to do the research and turn it in and share it with our event planners. And so, we have a lot to do on the east side of the on the western side of the Mississippi River, because this is where we'll be welcoming you once you leave. What's the state? Arkansas.
Arkansas
Right.
and then
Once you
Oklahoma.
leave, that's, yeah. So once you leave Arkansas, then you come into Tulsa, and then it's going to be a whole new different kind of vibe, because the trail is going to involve a few African American people. I mean, the trail is going to involve a lot of indigenous people. Of course, we were integrated and married into those tribes, but most of the people who came were indigenous people who were peculiar to that area. When you get to Oklahoma, the concentration is going to be on North Tulsa, the Black Wall Street area where most of the people live. And one of the emphasis for, like, as I was coming in from wherever today, um, I I ran into a man, and he was just talking about Texas, and he was talking about. He said, "Did I see you down at the Hard Rock Cafe at the Hard Rock, which is a casino?" And I said, "You saw me at the Hard Rock?" And so I was like, "I don't think you saw me at Hard Rock today." And so he was telling me he saw all these people, and they were all dressed in white, and they were all hugging each other and loving each other and screaming at each other. And I said, "Oh, that must have been a class reunion." He said, "Yeah, I think it was a class reunion." He said something about the 60s. I said, "Yeah, it was probably a class reunion." So now these people in North Tulsa went all the way down to the Hard Rock Cafe, Casino, to celebrate a class reunion. That's money they could have spent in North Tulsa. There is a casino right up here in North Tulsa, but I guess they just wanted to go somewhere, so they go down there instead of trying to support what's in their neighborhood. Now that's the one thing that Dr. Schubert, we want to ask her if she will make a connection with us at the Osage Casino Hotel, which is in North Tulsa, and it has 141 beds. We can reserve those beds if we get enough people. I'm just going to let her handle it. We'll have whatever she gets out of that. We only have two hotels in the 2 mile radius of where we will be operating, and that is the casino hotel, the Osage Casino Hotel, and Hampton Inn. They're the only two hotels we have in this area. There are some other hotels as you go further east that are in the line of between here and the airport. because the airport is also in North Tulsa. It's just about 5 miles away from
Where's the double tree by Hilton? How far is that from you?
Double Tree. See, that's downtown stuff. We're not trying to do
You're
downtown.
not,
It's
and
not
then
far. It's not
okay,
far. It's like 3 miles. But
okay, and
but
then the La Quinta Suites in Wyndham, Tulsa.
yeah, they're all they see what they did. See, they're trying to make Tulsa a mega town, you know. And so they've been paying people to come here to work. They give them a house and all that kind of stuff. If they got any skills, they come here, and what happened was when the people came about 4 or 5 years ago, now they don't want to leave. They're expecting them to go back, but they're still here. Uh, and
So you
so,
saying the hotel is too far or something? It's
well,
not.
no, we're trying to teach the people to shop where you live. We're
Okay.
trying to get our people, like our young people, as soon as they get a good job or what they call a good job, we don't want to live in North Tulsa anymore. But they're moving out and the other folk are moving in. That's the sad part. They got money that they could build up their people's property, but they rather go live where somebody else lives because they don't like the way this looks. The other people don't like the way it looks either, but they're moving and fixing it up.
So you
So
saying DoubleTree? So DoubleTree is too far away.
no, it's not too far.
So
It's
DoubleTree is you
DoubleTree is right on the other side of Greenwood.
okay? So that's a place you would want people to stay.
I We would prefer that they practice sh- spending your money where you live.
And where you live,
And so,
DoubleTree is where you live.
no, DoubleTree is not where we. That's on the other side of
Okay,
Greenwood.
so what's close to you then? That's what I'm trying to figure out.
Well, I just
Which
said it.
hotel?
The
Let me look.
only the only the hotel the only hotels that we are encouraging people to stay in
Mm-hmm.
is the Hampton Inn or the Osage Casino. We're asking Dr. Schufert if, since she is indigenous, that she would negotiate with this hotel and see if she can get a good deal for our people. And then everybody will be in the same place. If they want to go somewhere, there'll be a bus or some kind of a ride that they won't have that far to go. A mile away to go. Like we're like a mile from the office. The Black Wall Street office is like a mile away from the Osage Casino. So it's not that there's anything wrong with the hotels downtown. The thing is, we're trying to encourage people to learn how to spend your money where you live. And even though the people coming in town are guests, we still want them to go home and practice spending your money where you live.
And where you live is the south
would be
side of
north would be
Tulsa,
would be North Tulsa. We're
North
concentrating on North.
Tulsa.
So we're trying to have everything in North Tulsa, all the, whatever food, meetings, or everything we're doing. I mean, you have a choice. You can go anywhere you want to go in Tulsa or Oklahoma once you get here. Um, they have a Discovery downtown. They built up the park. I mean, the park is like amazing that they built because they're trying to become a mega city. And that's why I was saying they paid people to come here. They got them a house and everything to come here and work and help to build this town up. A lot of people from Silicon Valley, who didn't have any employment, they were glad to come here, and get a house and get a job.
That's
But
awesome. That's awesome. How far is 620 North Denver Avenue from you?
North Denver, that's like in our no 620. That's down near Hampton. I mean Langston University.
Okay.
That's
That's
kind of,
so have you ever heard of the Skyline Mansion?
what is that?
That was the Ku Klux Klan house that
Oh yeah,
Felix Jones, the former NFL football player,
that's
he
who it
bought
was.
it.
Yeah, well, that's going to be a part of our tour. So we're going to
Yes.
take a tour of North Tulsa, and that will be included as a part of our
Yes. So we have
tour.
some VIP lunches
And
set up in this mansion.
you have some set up in it?
We're gonna set some up. Karen, you gonna say something?
Great. Okay, let me quickly say this about that. And when he bought it, he opened up the bottom of it for artists, just artists to come in and work and whatever, And
Mm-hmm.
it's been really really quiet lately because I drive by there at least once a week, so it's been really quiet. But it's just really, I'm sure the Klansman is turning over in his grave, they still got the white. I got them at my house. We call them the white banners outside and everything. It's amazing. But anyway, yeah. So I just wanted to share that. But yeah, that's a part of the tour. We plan to give everyone a tour when they first get in here.
So confirm the dates again, because I have May 24th
Okay,
through
it'll
June
be from
1st,
Sunday to Sunday. It's from some whatever
Sunday
those
to
days.
Sunday.
Right,
Okay,
Sunday to Sunday, and
Sunday to Sunday.
we're planning two trips. And we have Miss Billy Parker on the line too, who will also share after Karen. But we're planning, like, we know nobody can afford. Most people cannot afford, or they're in business and they can't
Sure.
stay here for 3. I mean, for a whole week. So we're trying to plan activities from one Sunday to Wednesday or Thursday, and the next Sunday from Wednesday or Thursday to the next Sunday. The
Okay,
classes and the workshops and the tours and all that. Because some
got it.
people probably have to come in early and leave before the weekend, and then some will come and stay until Labor Day weekend, come in the middle of the week and stay until Labor Day weekend. And so that's how we want to, I'd let you know, you all know that's how we want to plan that. Like Miss Parker with Black Wall Street um, Garden Market and Gardens. Um, uh, uh, she has promised to because this is her weekend that her family goes on vacation, and so but she's promised that she'll delay a little bit and at least get her store open so that you can see her and the
Mhm.
operation, that she has with her children. I mean, with her families for gardening, which is extremely important for us nowadays to know how to garden. So, Miss Park,
Sister Raheemah, um,
yeah,
hey, I'm sorry I was able to log in.
that's
So
quite a.
let me go back to this. You're saying from Sunday to Sunday.
Mhm.
I don't know
Well,
how are you coming up with those days?
because everybody can't come at the beginning, and everybody can't come at the end. So we're assuming that most people are going to come and stay 3 or 4 days. So that means that they can come Sunday, Monday, or Tuesday and stay until Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, or they can come in the middle of the week and stay until Friday or Saturday, and then use the Labor Day to travel back home, or however they want to do it. But we're not trying to keep everybody the whole week. We
Okay.
just Some activities will have to be duplicated. Some activities, like I would say probably the parade. Uh, and the powwow, that's something that could be done in the middle of the week, where most people will probably be here by Thursday, or
Sounds
most people
good.
will not have left by Wednesday or Thursday.
Karen, go ahead.
Okay, so I'm still a little confused with that, but I remember you were saying that everything is not based on what the Trail of Tears and what is happening from your perspective. You're just gonna be bringing out the awareness of everything that's going on in Tulsa and with the Trail of Tears and with whatever anybody else is doing that week.
Yes, but the point is everybody can't stay the whole week, so we have to plan it
Yeah,
so they
yeah,
can have 3 or 4 days of activity.
yeah. But see, we can't plan stuff based on what people are gonna. We have to base it on who we got there and the time that people are coming to speak. We have to.
Don't worry about that. That's going to work out okay.
Okay.
Because it
Okay.
depends on whenever the speakers are available. That's when we plug them in. So you get wherever you get when they're available. So we won't
Yeah,
worry about.
so that's what I'm trying to understand as far as if you're doing Sunday to Sunday, when do you want the Trail of Tears to start?
The Trail of Tears doesn't have anything done, but the Trail of Tears will be over whenever. In other words, whenever you all going. That's a good question. You're going whenever you get here. You get here. I would assume that the trail will probably start maybe that Friday or that Saturday, because it's only going to take one day. I would
Mhm.
say it's a 2-day trip. You start off and you drive until it gets near dark. You go, and then you retire for the
It's
evening.
it's going to be a 3-day trip. Sister
Yeah,
Okay.
because
Raheem.
we stopping different places. So
It's
Okay.
gonna be a 3-day trip.
yeah.
Okay, so
I'm very
the
confident
however
in
you
that.
well, if you all just work that part out. See, the main thing you need to do now, because you can't even do that until until you approximate how much time you're going to spend in what states. You know,
Right. That's why
we're
we're saying it's
not
3 days.
okay.
Because
Well,
that's taking account of how much we're gonna stay in those states. That's why we're stretching it to the 3 days. That's taken into account for if we stop somewhere and we stay 4 hours there.
okay,
That's accounting for that. In
okay,
my mind.
yes, and you're right, and that's not a problem for us. See, this is the thing. During this particular week, there are going to be a lot of people here. So if the people on the trail don't get here until Monday or Tuesday, that's fine. However long they can stay, they get what they get, and that's fine. Everything is going to be, if the people who are already here, they maybe can get what's going on Monday and Tuesday, and the people on the trail will go from Wednesday to Friday. However they choose to, however you all work it out, that's fine. That's why the survey is so important. And the people are, and it doesn't cost them anything to go to the website and fill out the survey and turn it in. How many surveys do you have now, Dr. Little? It doesn't make sense. We need the people to even if you're not coming, be a part of the wish list, because what we can do, you may not come, but you give us a general idea of what most people will probably be interested in doing. So if you every member would fill out the survey, that would help us to really finalize what we want to do and how when we want to do it, and what's the best time to do it that
So
most people are
question,
interested in. Go ahead.
question. So while we're on the trail of cheers, what's going on in it? You want activities to be going on from Sunday to Sunday in Tulsa while we're on the trail of tears traveling from state to state?
Well, understand that depends on when you all start, but understand that basically the same thing that happens in the first part of the week is going to be happening in the second part of the week. That's what I was saying. It,
First, second is 1 week. I don't
the
understand.
first part of the week from Sunday to Wednesday or Thursday, and from Wednesday or Thursday to Saturday or Sunday.
So the
It,
first start of the week, I thought everybody's going to be on the bus traveling. So you're
they
going to be
well,
having some.
if you all leave on Saturday or Sunday, it doesn't matter. When you get here, then you will be able to enjoy whatever is going on from that time.
So you need some activities planned for Oklahoma while we're traveling. You
Yeah.
have a list of things that you're going to be doing in Oklahoma from Sunday to Sunday.
Well, once we get an idea of what the people want, we can contact the people and ask them, can you do a workshop on Tuesday or Wednesday? You
Mm.
know, that what I'm saying to you is there are going to be a whole lot of people who are not even a part of this. There are people who come to Oklahoma because they are honoring the massacre. Commemorating the massacre. As a matter of fact, the mayor on June 1st, he has dubbed June the 1st, Tulsa Massacre Observance Day. And so there were people here just to come to be a part of that. So it's not just about the people on the bus. You may have four, I don't know how many buses are going to be, maybe 4 or 5, maybe 10 or 20, I don't know. But there'll be a whole lot of other people here before you get here and when you leave. So it doesn't matter. And in addition to that, the people in this town need to be educated. So they need the workshops.
Well, Sister Raheem, it does matter because we have to understand how this thing is being marketed, how we're bringing this
Well,
awareness.
yeah, that's a good point. And you
Yeah.
will get to that. You'll get to that when we get these surveys and get an idea what the people want and when they will be available.
Well, it
So,
ain't gonna be about when they're gonna be available. You can't wait on people telling you when they're gonna be available. You're gonna have to just plan it and say, "This is what we're doing."
Yes, I agree. I totally agree,
well,
Mother Rahima.
that's what I was saying, but you all are asking me something about what you all are doing.
Well, I was just trying to understand because I didn't know. I thought everybody was going to be on the bus traveling, and then the activities didn't start until we
until
made
we
it to
got there.
Oklahoma.
Oh no, you got the people in this city who need this information. They
Yeah,
need.
but see, I thought you were saying you was gonna make them aware of what somebody else is already doing in Tulsa. Then and so I even saw there is a Black Wall Street that's doing something. They already
Yes,
put it out. That's like the 15th through the 18th of May. So
yes,
we were gonna be letting them know that hey, this is what's going on. They're doing this, they're doing that. But
yes.
on this day,
Good.
when we get back from the Trail of Tears, this is what we're going to be doing. So the calendar was going to highlight everything that's going on in Tulsa. But it wasn't going to
Great.
start for us for Black Wall Street until we got there
Until
on
we
the
got
trail
there.
on the Trail of Tears. Because I
Yes.
thought you needed us to help plan that part. But if
We
you're
Yes.
do.
if oh
Mm, mm.
We do. But see, understand that there are going to be people, and exactly what you're talking. First place, Black Wall Street. Dr. Carter has deemed May as Black Wall Street Global History Month. So that means stuff is going to be going on the whole month of 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 May, including a powwow in North Carolina or South Carolina, May the 1st or 2nd. And so you're right. And as a matter of fact, let me say this right quick. Be sure you build up us a merry month of May month, a calendar, so that powwow we get will be noted. And what you're talking about, which is probably, it might be a rodeo or something they usually have in the middle of the month. I can't remember what it is, but it might be a rodeo that needs to be on the calendar. So everything that's going on, but Greenwood is going to have some activities. They're going to
But
have a
see,
lot of activities down there. That needs to be noted. And if we choose to have that a part of what we want to attend, for example, I already told you about the Fulton Bookstore, which is an excellent place to to find books, to sit and drink coffee and to eat or whatever. That's on Greenwood. But we're not trying to promote Greenwood. Our concentration is getting people to utilize where they are. Now, Greenwood is just on the other. I mean, it's just like the other side of the street of Pine Street. You know, the Gap Band, Greenwood, Arch, and Pine. So Greenwood goes up about maybe 10 blocks past the Greenwood, the north side where the people live. Most of the people live now is on the other side of Pine Street. But that side down from Pine, actually, I would say from from Langston University down, is where the Greenwood area is, where most people will be walking around and looking. And it's not that much, especially now that most of the things are white owned. I mean, that's the point I'm trying to make. A lot Greenwood is almost gone now when it comes to Black people. Even a bookstore that I'm encouraging you to visit is a white owned bookstore, and I usually don't do that. But this person, a lot of the books in there are about Black Wall Street.
okay, so
Yeah.
there's a lot of events you're saying that's going on for the whole month, but our
Yes.
actual event doesn't start to May 24th. But I do understand you want us to make a calendar just sharing, if you're
Yes.
in town earlier, those things are happening, but ours does not
Good
start
point.
until Sunday, May 24th
Yes.
to May 31st.
Yes, and any activities, and this is the other thing. We are not trying to really do anything. We're trying to jump onto other people's stuff. The only thing we're trying to do is workshops to educate our people. But when it comes to events, we're just going to jump on other people's events if they're like the mayor's observance day. If people are still here that Monday, which will be June the 1st, that was the last day of the massacre. So if you can be hit, you jump on that. I know there's going to be something down at the Greenwood Cultural Center. I know I know the AME Church, the Vernon AME Church. Now they charge $10 for you to go downstairs and hear those people groaning, those spirits groaning down there. But I know their doors are going to be open. I know people are going to be vending all over the place. I know they're going to have a headliner, but we want to have a headliner ourselves up here in North Tulsa, because this is where most of the people live. And we're trying, see, you all are coming here also to educate the people in North Tulsa. I think Miss Parker, you on the line? Billy Parker, you still on the line? You know, we need. I mean, Billy Parker. Uh, I want to talk about it. I want to talk about it to her face. I said she looks like she's jumped off. I got to call her. But anyway, that's the point we're trying to make, is that you just do what you do. People will just have to jump in to whatever it is you're doing. Don't work on the calendar, and just like you that event you were talking about, Miss Reese, that's going on like between the 15th and the 17th.
Yeah.
We can jump on that. There are other places in Tulsa and outside of Tulsa that some people may want to go. That may be the rodeo. I'm not sure. I can't remember. It might be the car show. They have a elaborate car show during that period of time, or
Yeah,
during.
so we're bringing the awareness of what's going on in Tulsa as far as this Black Wall Street Global Initiative, and then we're filling in where what we're doing.
Get in where yes, exactly.
Yeah, yeah.
Exactly. But see,
Okay.
everybody may not want to do the same thing. Somebody may want to go to a rodeo. Somebody may want to go to the car show. Somebody may want to go downtown to the Discovery Center because they got a whole bunch of children. Somebody may just want to just go visit something, go to the Fillmore Museum where they have a whole bunch of flowers and all that kind of good stuff. And somebody may want to go do their research on the other side of town at the Philbrook Museum, where there's a lot of Black history, because our Black history is tied in with theirs. They're the ones that did the massacre, so they should have some information, and they have a state of the art museum downtown on Greenwood. We definitely right next door to the Fulton Bookstore. So that's going to be a part of our tour, because that gives you the whole picture of what happened, and then you can come up to North Tulsa and do whatever else you need to do. So it's just it's not structured that everybody has to go this way or that, like a bunch of cattle or students. It's open. People can go wherever they want to go. We just want to be able to have a map where our children can learn map reading, and figure out where they want to go, at what time this event is going on, and all that kind of good stuff. The mayor will have a lot of stuff going on. Trust me, you have a lot of stuff going on in Tulsa, but they never focus on the money being kept in North Tulsa, or where the Black people live, or where Black people can benefit from the money. That's the issue. We want to also teach economics to our young people, and to the other folk as well, because they don't know how to make any money either. If they did, we wouldn't be doing how we're doing right now. I mean, I went to the Million Family March, and I saw men out there vending, selling their T-shirts, $15, $20, whatever. A Korean truck pulled up. I think I told you, the Korean truck pulled up. What you call it? One of the big ones. What do you call them? One of those big trucks, not just a truck, a trailer load full of T-shirts. They sold for $10. They sold them in 3 hours. Took their truck and rolled out. And when the sun was going down, the brothers were still out. I still out there hawking with their $15 and $20 shirts, and the sun's going down. And I complained about it. I wound up in a hostel in Texas, going somewhere. I was in a hostel with a bunch of these, mostly Korean people and Caucasian, and I was complaining about that incident, and I questioned them about it, and because they were Korean as well. And they told me, well, we didn't know anything about it. That was really some. But see, these people saw an opportunity to make some money, and that's the sad part that we don't understand. A lot of stuff is going on right now, and people losing their jobs and this, but a whole lot of other people gonna make some money, because they know this, when things are short, one man's junk is another man's treasure. They're gonna make some money. We need to learn how to do that, and that's one of the things that we want our people to see, especially now that things are happening the way they're happening now. When I was at the drum fest yesterday, not one person considered vending and selling food. Not one. So people come in and say, they got any food in there? Well, it so happened they usually have food. But no, they don't have any food in there. They went off to go buy some food. Some of them left to go get some lunch. and they miss some stuff. So, food is a very important. That's how the man made money. That's what do you think Black Wall Street was? The first thing they saw on there was us, and the next thing was food on Wall Street in New York. So all of these things our young people need to learn because they're going to be taking over. I don't know how I got off on that. Did Miss Parker come back yet? I got a call from. She needs to talk about her stuff. Okay. So what are we looking at now? What's this letter?
I was just going through the calendar events for Tulsa.
Oh, okay.
Well,
Cool.
Cece, I
Yeah.
know one thing that hasn't been shared is the proposal that came from your friend.
Which one? The one that had his own credit union? Oh,
No,
oh yeah,
the
yeah, yeah,
other
yeah.
guy that's going to he sent the proposal in as far as him leading
Yeah,
the tour. So we
The
haven't
one
discussed
from
that on the.
Kevin. Kevin.
Kevin.
Leading a tour, being a tour guide, or leading a tour, or what?
Putting it together. So if you want to go ahead and discuss that's on this call, because we haven't discussed it on this call, we discussed it on Black Wall Street, Texas, but we haven't discussed it here.
Okay.
Okay,
We just
so Kevin is yes, Kevin mentioned a few things. Let me can you see my screen still or do I need to share it?
yeah. Well, we don't have a lot of time because we've
We can
already
see
said
it.
so.
Okay, you can see it. Okay, so Kevin, it says, I really enjoyed our conversation about Trail of Tears, standing in Greenwood with the group, walking past Vernon AME, learning aside Greenwood Rising and celebrating resilience, Black Wall Street, so on and so forth. Some things this tour is more than a series of stops. It's moving classroom, a cultural bridge, and a living memorial. My approach to planning will ensure every step from the first flight to the final celebration is intentional, efficient, and deeply connected to history that we're honoring. Researching flight schedules, 50 plus set travelers, coordinating bus travel, exploring camp and lodging sites, places that we're going to stop, developing program ideas. This is the travel agent. His name is Kevin, Mother Raheemah. Cultural and historical insights, complex logistics management, tailored experience design. So he's pretty much going to lay everything out for us. So he sent over some information for us too. I sent this to you, Mother Raheemah. I'll send you another copy of it. Have you seen anything, Mother Raheemah? Did we lose her? Anyway, so total number of travelers from Texas. So this is some information, things that he needs from us. And Karen, I think, and Dr. Little, I think he was asking like maybe for $100 deposit. So, just to research all of these things for us and lay it all out for us. He has access to black companies. He just need to jump on a transportation, a travel meeting with us, so we can break everything down to him. So, but I'll make sure I may do some one-on-one with Mother Rahima and, just sharing this information with her about the trip.
Just hold on. See if I can get you in here. Okay.
Okay. All right. So I'll send it to Mother Rahima since she's gone now.
Oh, no, I'm here. I'm on the line with I'm on. I had to call Miss Parker because I wanted her to, so you all would know when she will be available to open her store because she's only going to be able to open it, I think, for one day. Like I said, that's her class. Her family goes on a I'll let her talk about it. But anyway, yeah, we can talk about that. We can do the details on that. The main thing is when is he going to do it? But he's open to when he's going to do it, right?
Yeah, we just need to set up a transportation meeting.
Fine. Okay, that's fine. So we don't need to go further with that one. That's good that you
Right.
have that connection. Thank you
Yeah.
very much. Okay, so I have Miss Billy Parker on the line. She couldn't get in. So Billy, can you hear us?
Yes, I can.
Okay, can you all hear her? Can you all hear her?
Yeah, she
Yeah,
can hear it.
yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
Oh,
Yes,
great.
ma'am.
Okay. So we have the event planner and the administrator for Black Wall Street USA for Oklahoma on the line and some other people, and they're trying to find out when you're going to be available so we can come and see your store and you explain your community garden project.
Hey, what is the date again? I mean,
Oh, it's you said you all have your family reunion in Texas on the Labor Day weekend, right?
yeah,
And
I'm leaving on that. We talked about that Tuesday. Are you okay? Can y'all do something on a Tuesday?
okay, did you hear that? She wants you to visit her store on Tuesday because that's the only day she can spare because she'll
Yeah,
be
well,
leaving town. They usually go away for a week.
Can
well,
we
most
find
of our,
out what date that is, CC? Are you able to
yes,
see the
It's like
calendar?
the 26th. That Tuesday should be about the 26th, right?
yeah, because we're on the Trail of Tears on that around that time.
Around the 26th.
Yes,
Well,
no,
well,
26th is a Tuesday. Yes, 26th is a Tuesday, Karen.
okay. Well,
Um,
well,
Oh, the 20th. Okay.
no. So what we will do, there will be people here from Black Wall Street, even though the people on the Trail of Tears will not be here, and you all will dismiss it because she won't be in town. But you still put her on the calendar for Tuesday because she really supposed to leave on Sunday. She's just doing this for us. All right. She's the treasurer for Black Wall Street, Oklahoma. Can you hear me?
Yes, we hear you.
Everybody's quiet. I understand they're going to be a lot. Tell them, Billy, it's going to be a lot of people here who are not with Black Wall Street because that's a busy. Right. And then the people in Tulsa need to be a part of this as well. So
Oklahoma, period.
One
Oklahoma,
is this one.
period. So I don't know how we're gonna work that.
well, we'll work it because the people here they'll just be able to get to the store. Everybody can't get in there at the same time anyway. And so we can take videos or whatever, but it needs to be on the calendar for that Tuesday.
So
So
Memorial Day is going to be that Monday. So
the
you're
Monday
out of town.
after.
So you're out of town that whole entire week. I mean, after Tuesday,
Yes.
Yeah,
Her family.
family reunion
on a
during that
Sunday.
week is that Sunday.
I'll repeat
Okay.
that, Billy.
They're really supposed to leave Sunday.
Okay. All right. So you're not even available on
Maybe
the
we can work
26th then.
something else out. I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah.
She's
Maybe we can't work anything out.
yeah, she's
until
staying until
people is
Tuesday.
done.
Yeah, she's committing to stay until Tuesday to be able to open her store. So put that on the calendar, whether you all will be here or not. Okay,
Okay.
for that.
In the event plan calendar for Tulsa.
Yeah, she
It's planned for the whole.
for Tulsa for the month of May. Black Wall Street as it pertains to Tulsa, Oklahoma, and the Trail of Tears. Whatever's going on, there's going to be a powwow on the 2nd in South Carolina or North Carolina. We have that. The people just have to confirm with the elders that they can which day they can do it. So that's already set for the calendar in pencil. and yours and your market and garden will be available on that Tuesday. So that can be put on the calendar in pencil. She is committed to wait 2 days so that folk can get in. Okay? Whenever we get this information up in here, that's what we're trying to work on now. That's what we're trying to do. So that's why we want to pencil everything in. The two people on the phone now, CC Moreland.
Call me.
Great. Yes, I'll give him a number, or you can give it to him now. Go ahead.
My name is Billy, Billie Parker. 918. They got a pencil.
Yeah,
I'm ready. I'm ready, ma'am. Go ahead.
918-770-6020.
Got
Would
it.
you like my email address?
Sure.
B like in boy, W, S like in Sam, M like in mother, 2019 @gmail.com.
Got it. Thank you so much.
You got it.
Okay, what's your
Oh, this is CC Moreland. This is CC Moreland and Karen Reese. I'll give you their information.
Okay.
Okay.
I'll text you everyone's information, Miss
Yeah,
Parker.
because she's driving right now.
Yeah.
She's driving, so she can't take anything right now.
Okay.
So, okay, well, that's fine. Well, we're moving right along because it's already, I don't know where the time went, but it's already after 7.
Yeah.
And so, thank you. So I just wanted to, I wanted people to meet Ms. Parker because she is the first one who really drew attention to Black Wall Street, African, the ethnocentric part of it. You know,
They could follow me. You could go to I'm on Facebook and Instagram at Community Pride Farmers Market. If you could write that down, and Black Wall Street Market. There's a lot of Black Wall Streets in Tulsa, but everywhere. But the last name is different. So mine is Black Wall Street Market. So it's a lot of different names, but always remember to look at the last name. That's where you tell the difference in the Black Wall Street, because there's a lot of Black Wall Street. So if you follow me, I'm on Instagram and Facebook under Community Pride Farmers Market, a Community Pride Garden School. I do a garden school, so you can look at what I do in those situations. And if you have any questions, let me know.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you so much. I hope you continue to listen in to see what we have planned. You might have some suggestions for us. Okay. Thanks while you're driving. Okay. So,
bye-bye.
Okay. Don't hang up. Just listen in a minute.
No. Okay.
Well, we're about to close out anyway because it's 7:12. So.
Oh, okay. All right. Is there anything else pressing that we need to share?
No, ma'am.
No, Sister Raheemah, I'm gonna call you
About
probably
the letter?
tomorrow for us to work back on the letters.
Yeah, I think they're
because-
done. Go ahead. Go ahead.
The letters, because the one that we were working on, my computer crashed.
Oh,
And I
wow.
had wrote part of it, but I didn't get
Okay.
the first part. So
Okay.
we're gonna have to go back over that, and then
Okay.
that way I could go ahead and put the logo on there and be able to send you the letter so you
Okay,
can.
that's fine. I'll be tied up in the morning, but anytime after that'll be fine. Okay.
Yeah, I'll be traveling back from Arkansas, but I was just wanted to put it on you, letting you know that I have to reach back to you.
All right. Thank you
to
so
go
much.
over those again.
All right,
Okay.
thank you. And I'd like for everybody on the line, please, 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 if you have not filled out the first survey, please fill out the first survey so we can send out the second survey, which is more specific. But we need to get a ballpark figure about how many people who are interested, even if you're not going to make it. We need your feedback because it'll help us to design things that we think the people would be interested in doing.
And the
So
survey is on the website?
The survey is on the website. Yes. So please fill out the survey.
It's under Oklahoma Tulsa?
Well, no, it's just Black Wall Street USA / Trail of Tears.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Black Wall Street USA Trail of Tears. Okay, well, thank you so much. Is there anything else anybody needs to share that's pertinent? And remember that also there will be a replay of this on the Black Wall Street .org, blackwallstreetusa.org. You just go to Trail of Tears or blackwallstreetusa.org, and it will Oklahoma / Oklahoma, and you will see you should get the replay. So thank you very much, everyone, for joining in or filling out the survey or being a part of our program. So I will say at this time, may the Lord watch between me and thee while we are absent one from another. Amen.
Coming soon to ABC 10. Race and culture reporter Candace Redd takes us inside the creation of Florence Square Shopping Center, tracing the Black entrepreneurial spirit from the historic Greenwood district in Tulsa, Oklahoma, to this vibrant shopping center in South Sacramento.
We didn't call ourselves St. Mel's Black Wall Street. Other people did. That is a huge sense of pride.
Dozens of people gathered at Florence Square for an early screening of the story.
I thought it was very informative I learned things. Even at my age, I'll be 73 next week or week after next. I don't know all of the history that I should know.
It was really somewhat emotional for me because I'm a survivor of police brutality. So understanding how Tulsa, the massacres, and how that impacts us, and how that really takes away from the resources and other things, but how it didn't take away our spirit.
I think we are a microcosm of that Wall Street because there was a spirit there that grew.
Don't miss this opportunity to experience one of Sacramento's untold African American stories.
I'd like to make sure that your seatbelts are fastened.
Black Wall Street Lexington Incorporated is all about strengthening our local black economy. Our businesses must have a fighting chance to exist. We urge you to download the BWS LEX app from the Google Play Store. It's a free black business directory for Lexington. We don't discriminate. We welcome everyone to support local black businesses because you'll be helping to lower unemployment, henceforth making the streets safer for all. Next time you patron a black-owned establishment, be sure to tell them Black Wall Street sent you.